Alright. So, I said I was gonna do this, so we're gonna do it. Why is my character, like... Huh. That's, like, super weird. I don't know why that's happening. I'm, like, moving it normally. It's, like, stuck in shift lock mode or something. I don't know why that's happening. We're gonna make some bins and a crafting table over here. Why such an odd placement for the crafting table? Don't ask me. That's just how I place them. If we get a pickaxe. Minor blessings adequate, they give nothing. That's fine. It's actually, that's kind of annoying, but still, who cares? Well, now we're not gonna exploit glitches in this video. Like, no glitches whatsoever. So that's gonna be, for 50 seasons, it's actually not gonna be that hard for 50 seasons, but if we do 100 seasons, glitchless 100 seasons is probably gonna be the best accomplishment. And we're gonna do it with the default mask, so we're not gonna have any, like, benefits. It's probably not gonna be solo, because it's just boring if it's solo. And I mean, obviously, 8 hours of gameplay, who the hell wants to watch that? But there are some people who will watch, like, hours and hours of Last of Us gameplay. Yeah, I don't know why I'm, like, stuck in this, like, locked position. Sorry, I sneezed. We made an alchemy table already, so I'm kind of just throw that in there. Probably should have kept that, actually. Because for later on, you're going to need a lot of wells, and I mean a lot of wells. Not just, like, some puny little... Not some puny little farm. It's like... Well, okay, so... Not some, like, farm... of, like... 5 wells or something. If you were doing it glitchless, you're gonna need, like... tens of wells. You can see we've already built a second one. Just because it is hardcore mode. I just thought it's hardcore mode on a private, so no one else can join. So I'm recording this right after uploading an entry point video, so it's kind of like weird timing, because I mean, I remember 63 seasons took me like 5 hours, and then 70 seasons. I made a 70 season, well, I made a world and I made it public, and it lasted to 70 seasons, and I accidentally hit enter. And for those of you who don't know, when you hit enter, it teleports you to the lobby for some damn reason, and it's very annoying. And I'm pretty sure I know why it teleports you, actually. It's probably something to do with, like, if you've ever played Counterblocks, you know that there's, like, a weird, like, border around, like, the buttons. That's basically just, console. It's the way of, like, adapting to console players. So when you hit WASD or the arrow keys, it moves it around. And the border pretty much is stuck. The border's pretty much just stuck on that one... The border's just stuck on that one little thing, and that one little thing is the go back to lobby or tutorial. So if I hit W and then hit enter, it'll teleport me to the lobby. If I hit S and then hit enter, it'll teleport me to the... Oh my god, it's called... Will teleport me to the Mount of the Gods. tutorial. So, we're gonna put these bananas in. I know there's more out in the sea, but I really couldn't be bothered. Because a good food source is pretty crucial. And I mean, we're in a desert, but the desert is the best spawn that you can get. You know, not that many people play this game anymore, but I know an auto farming method that involves the desert. So, quite a bit of this might just be me sitting in a gambling totem room and farming quietly. Because I mean, it's really effective. It actually works. Now, it is kind of a bummer if you do get, like, a diamond and it kind of just poofs. But still. Pretty fun using it, either way. Yeah, so you're going to want to put all your stuff into a bin. Or else, it will. It will go poof. You also should sacrifice some stuff, though. I mean, you just want to keep some items for healing. It's never a bad idea to keep items for healing. And you also want to keep some seeds. Yeah, as you can see, because those all just decayed. But we got seeds right here. And it's a lot easier to just get seeds. And a lot easier to just get seeds. No. It is a lot easier to get seeds and save them, and then plant them once you really need them, instead of just keeping them and replanting them over and over and over and over. Because if you do that, it will get pretty boring, and you'll probably start slacking, and then all your trees will die, and then you'll have a ton of food, but that's pretty much it until you get, like, another seed for that tree. Or just another seed in general. I mean, it doesn't matter. So I recommend when you build bins, I very highly recommend it, that you build them close to, like, the item that you're harvesting. Because it gets very annoying when you have to run back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And we actually just got a large tree, so that's pretty nice. But it is very, very annoying when you have to run back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back. All the way just to transport, like, 5 bananas. Trust me. And then you'll be like... And then you'll get bored easily, and you'll be like, I don't want to play anymore. And that's how you can lose pretty high season worlds. Because I know that's happened to me before. I've been, like, transporting stuff, and I've been like, what else is there to do? And I've just given up. Now, can we not place? Okay, just not that close to the edge, I assume. Confirm. Small bin. Apple tree seed. And we'll put more logs in there also. This, I'll just eat that. Put that there. There. Single more log could fit in there. And these are also going to turn into large trees. It may not look like it, but they are going to. And palm trees actually have the fastest growth rate out of anything in the entire game. Which is why they're so good. We did just get 4 rocks, so yeah. It is rest period, which... Normally it's only 90 seconds on hardcore. And I know I made the world hardcore. Oh my god, this is a lot of rocks. Okay. We actually just got a ton of rocks. So we're gonna need some bins. So this will cover our sacrifices for pretty much indefinitely. And actually, it won't cover them indefinitely. That was a joke. You know, this is like 10 rocks. It's gonna maybe cover like 10 seasons. 10 seasons if we don't want to reach the blue bar. Is that a blue or a green bar? It looks blue to me. I want to make one red if you're going to make the other one green. Just make it red. Oh, well then again, red and blue don't match. But I mean red and green. I don't know. Kind of weird when you do think about it. So this iron, we're actually going to keep that in a new bin. We're going to keep this iron in a bin because I need another one. We're going to keep this iron in a bin and this coal in a bin. And we do have a good reason for this. It's not just like we're going to sacrifice it later and may as well keep it in a bin. No. What's going to happen is when we do get these large logs, which will be literally right now. Craft an axe first. Where's our crafting table right there? Axe. I'm going to go chop this. And I'm going to get a large log. Okay, and a sapling. Sorry, I call them saplings because I've been playing Skyblock recently. And not the Roblox Skyblock. I would drop dead before playing the Roblox Skyblock. But that's actually a joke. I would play. I don't want to die. I don't really want to die yet, at least. So, we're going to put this as a storage basin. Now, normally you'd want to put it as a farm plot. But we don't have Java tree seeds yet. So there's no real reason to. I'm going to do apple trees, but it's beyond the point. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to grab this iron. And we're going to be very careful as to not glitch this, because if we do glitch this, I mean, that doesn't count, and it's actually pretty easy to accidentally glitch. You kind of just hit F pretty fast, and it glitches. It does it really easily with a furnace. And then you'll get the steel. Now, what can you craft with steel? An anvil. And what can you do with an anvil? Well, if you get another piece of steel, voila. You get a steel warhammer. Now, this is one of the best weapons in the game alongside the blowtorch because it acts as a pickaxe. And it acts like a pickaxe. It does a ton of damage. And it has pretty fast swing speed. So, I mean, come on. You gotta love it. That's everything. It's everything a man wants in a weapon. I was gonna say in a girl. Acts. What? What am I saying? I'm confused. Okay. So now, what we're gonna do is something you might find a tiny bit questionable. Actually, gonna craft this first. Just because stamina is good. We like stamina. So, tiny bit questionable, I know. I'm going to turn this into a large building plot. And we're going to place it right here. Doesn't really matter where you place it, actually. So, another storage basin. And we'd be like, well, what's the point? You already have one. The point is, this is a nice flat area. Why am I moving bananas? Oh, yeah, I'm just going to throw them into the fire pit. Bye-bye. Okay. So, reason we have this storage space, you might be like, well, that's just a waste of two large logs. I mean, you're in a desert, you don't have infinite logs. That is true, and we are also using the, you know, default mask. I can't really show you, because for some reason I'm stuck in shift lock mode. I don't really know why that happened. Try and show you. Yeah, it's just, it is literally impossible to show you. But I do have the default mask on. This is, you can see this is the default mask. Going first person doesn't fix it either. It's kind of not very cool, bro. Yeah, but put those down there, because what we're about to do is going to be, I tried to chop a tree that wasn't full yet, I'm dumb. What we're going to do is, okay, that's kind of bad, but we do have another tree. Oh, we have another 2 trees to try it. So this is probably going to take like a day to upload. Here, this one. Okay, that's kind of concerning. Ooh, where is it? There we go. Small palm seed. So now, this is probably gonna disappear instantly, but it's fine. Okay. Now, one thing we could really use is a ruby, but we don't have a ruby, so that's kind of unfortunate. We do have plenty of time, and I mean, if you could save worlds, this game would be so nice. But, you know, it's kind of defeat the purpose of the game if you could save worlds. The point of it is to keep playing, and eventually, at some point, I'm probably going to mute my desktop audio, because it's gonna get boring, and I'm probably gonna start, like, playing Clash Royale or something. Yeah, and when I say it gets boring, I mean, really, that is half the battle. And that's not, like, I'm not over-exaggerating it. It's literally half the battle. I'm not getting bored. You can see, we have plenty of rocks here. Also, you could invite more people to play, but a lot of people who play Mountain of God still, well, some of the people who play Mountain of Gods are people who have hacks for it, because, I mean, the game is it's kind of like Lumber Tycoon 2, but speaking of Lumber Tycoon 2, the owner, Defaultio, who sadly got doxxed, which is pretty cruel, I mean, it's tilted, but it's fine, it doesn't matter. We're just building walls, man. So, one thing we could go for is the Mask of Eternal Fire. And that is definitely one thing we could go for. However, just imagining it, it's just 100 seasons, because, I mean, keep in mind, I've never played Mountain of the Gods on this account before. Keep forgetting that. Well. Oh, yeah, but wouldn't it be funny if this is, like, the least viewed video on the channel? Wouldn't that be, like, hilarious? If it was, like, it never got viewed and I just quit YouTube because of it. Wouldn't that be hysterical? I mean, no, I wouldn't quit YouTube because I've tried making a YouTube channel twice before. And I got, like, started on it, but, man, I mean, how-to videos are pretty good. you know, short and simple how-to videos. And you might want to use your microphone for it. Because, you know, if you don't have a microphone, then it's going to be just hard to explain to the people what you're doing. And we did actually just get a ruby. We still haven't found a gambling totem. And also, you may think, like, break period's pretty good, but it lasts 120 seconds for, like, literally nothing. I mean, all you can do is pretty much move stuff. So, we have 5, 6, 7 wells. Which is pretty insane. Okay, and we did just get a geometry seed. Now, those of you who don't know how... Sorry. My bad. For those of you who don't know how overpowered geometry seeds are, let me just demonstrate. Let me get my demonstrate. Demonstrate. So, first we have to build a farm plot, because obviously we don't have a grassland, which is, you know, that is the only downside of playing in a desert, though. Everything else, you'll have, like, anything you could need. Because you'll have rocks. You'll have rocks, which will mean you can get plenty of wells. And plenty of wells. I mean, that's... And we did actually get a diamond. Also, there's a ton of rocks, which means it's really good for getting the miner hat. Where can I build this temple at? Here, I'll just make a new one. Extra large. Yeah, but, it's very good for getting the mining hat, because how many rocks are. Now, this is actually, like, a lot of good stuff. So I'm, like, actually going to take the time to move this real quick before bringing the geometry seed over here. I mean, it's a lot of coal. And you might be like, why would I want a lot of coal? But when you go back to steel, it's a very good sacrifice. And anyways, so the reason I don't like playing multiplayer is, yeah, so we actually got another geometry seed, so we'll plant them there. The reason I don't like playing multiplayer is because even if you do find someone that will join, they'll probably do one of 3 things. They'll leave instantly, they'll go AFK, or they'll spawn in a ton of items, which is that's hacking. Which it's not actually hacking, it's cheating. A lot of people claim that they're hacking, but actually by definition, hacking is when you're maliciously, you know, stealing something over the internet. Anyways, I just thought I'd mention that, because when you mention hacking, it's a lot different than cheating or exploiting. And I mean, exploits can mean a lot of different things, you know. It can mean, like, it can mean spoils, it can mean spoils of victory. How's my corn still not grown? That's kind of funny. So yeah. I forgot entirely what I was talking about. I remember I was talking about, like, how it's really good for the mining hat and stuff, and how geometry seeds were pretty good, and how I'm moving all of this. I was gonna, like, move all of this to that bin. I think I might have been talking about how-to videos, I don't know. Yeah, but I'm gonna have to rewatch, like, all 4 hours of this, man. Which, I mean, it's already been 30 minutes. And if a 15-minute upload takes 1 hour, then this is probably gonna take 2 hours. So that means each hour is gonna be 4 hours. And if it's gonna be 4 hours, that's gonna be 16 hours. Oh yeah, I was talking about how there's 3 different types of people when you start a world. there's the person who joins and instantly leaves, the person who spawns items in, or the person who goes AFK. Now, if you get in a game with someone that doesn't qualify on these terms, then that's pretty good, because they'll probably stay for a while, because they're probably doing something. I mean, this game is literally a power plant for doing something when you're bored, and I literally mean that. Like, I'm actually saying that. I'm not just, like, complimenting the game dev. I mean, not that they'd even see this anyway. But yeah, there's not any, like, 100 season total videos on YouTube last time I checked, so I figured I would do, well, because I'm going to do 50 seasons today. And you can see that I have no masks. I haven't played on this account yet. So I'm hoping we can get Mask of the Lumberjack, and a Mask of the Miner's Hat. Because the Miner's Hat is very useful. But I mean, we've already gone this far in recording 26 minutes, so I'm probably not going to bug out of the 50 season challenge. I mean, I know some people have played, like, Entry Point, and they've done Iron Man, and then they're like, yeah, I'm just going to quit playing, like, but they'll do it at, like, Lake House or something. That's like, well, you're only on with mission. How did... You know, it's like, I hate people who will stand up to a challenge and then back down from it. Unless it's a challenge that's, like, actually hard. You know, or if it, like, gets boring because it's luck. Or if it's, you know... Like, for instance... Decaying Winter. It's not all luck. In fact, most of it isn't luck. And most of the time, you can get pretty high level. You can get to pretty high waves. However, most of the time, you can get to pretty high waves. Most of the time, you can't win. The reason for that is because you just won't find enough stuff, you know? Like, for instance, you won't find a firebomb before Scavenger War. You won't find an AKM blueprint before Scavenger War, which, I mean, really, you don't need an AKM to beat Scav War, but that's only if it's, like, wave 6, and you still need a firebomb. And we did find a gambling totem. So, for those of you who don't know what a gambling totem is, you go in here, and there's this big spooky thingy. And if it glows red, that means you are not a Kakegurui prodigy. I probably said that now. I don't know. I've seen, like, the thumbnail of that anime once. Kakegurui? Kakegurui? I don't know, Kakegurui. It's probably just Kakegurui. Yeah, but if you are a gambling god... Am I getting called? No, I thought I was getting called. Sounded like I was getting called. My last notification is Reddit from 4 minutes ago. So, yeah. So, yeah. If you're in a desert, you also need food, which is pretty important, which is why I planted those apple tree seeds. And we're actually gonna make a campfire right now. For reasons you'll see in a minute. Yeah, but one of two things will happen. Pretty much, number one is you'll get unlucky, and you'll get absolutely nothing. And in that situation, you have to wait, like, I think it was 20 seconds, but it might be 25. I don't remember. So I don't really remember, but every time you hit it, there is a chance you will get an ore. There is a chance that you'll get an ore, and there's a chance that you'll get no ore. Now, most of the time, if you do get an ore, it will be like a ruby or, you know, a sapphire. Very occasionally, you will get iron. And hardly ever. I think it is a very, I don't know the exact number, but it is a very, very low chance. But you can get steel from it. Now, why would you want steel from it? I don't know, but some people really want steel and just don't have the brain power to make a furnace, I guess, you know. Sorry if that's offensive to anyone, but there really are some people who don't have the brain power. Sorry, just gonna scratch my ears. It's kind of like, it's kind of weird, I know. Scratch my ears while I'm recording a video, but my hair is like, right where my headset is, so it's not going in my ears, but it's like brushing up against my ears. So, I mean, I don't know, my nose is also itchy, but I don't know. I'm just going to talk about what I want to talk about, because this is my videos, and once again, what's going to happen to me? I have one person who liked my video. I have a single person liked the video of me playing entry point for 15 minutes. I'm not joking, a single person. Anyways, if anyone does see this, and if anyone is still even watching, because, I mean, God, it's been 32 minutes. But then again, talking in generals makes stuff not boring. That's why I talk to myself a lot. Because I'm very good at not getting bored easily. I mean, I could go 6 hours playing this game just to get glitched to play another 6 hours of this game just to realize that I have to go somewhere, and then I come back and play like another 2 hours, and then I'll be like, yeah, I'm tired. See, what'll happen is I'll stay up for like, well, not that long. I'll stay up for like close to 24 hours straight though, like 18 hours, right? I'll stay up for 18 hours, and then I'll get like 6-ish hours of sleep, but my body will like refuse to get out of bed. It's like, no. So I've got to work on that, you know. Oh, I got to work on getting out of bed earlier. Oh God, okay. I didn't want to, but I'm just gonna have to eat this apple. Because I don't have a medium building plot yet. Medium building plot. There we go. And we need a large log. Do I not? Okay, I do have large logs. I'm just blind. I'm blind in like both eyes, apparently. Remember once I almost went blind? Like a mosquito bit me right on the eye, and I had like a horrible reaction to it. Apple pie. Yum. Yeah, so this is gonna be our food source for the unforeseeable future, and it's also a really good sacrifice. You know, it's like, why just sacrifice an apple? Why not sacrifice a cooked apple? And why sacrifice a cooked apple instead of an apple pie? It's like, why sacrifice instead of eating it? But, you know, I'm not going to count that. And did both of my apple tree seeds wither away? That's kind of sad. If so, well, I mean, I can always just get more apple tree seeds, so. So if you ever do play this game, I kind of recommend unbinding your enter button if you're playing on keyboard and mouse. If you're playing on Xbox, which yes, this game does actually allow people to play on Xbox. In fact, it was actually made for Xbox, which is pretty cool. Because you never really see games that are made for Xbox. Normally you'll see like a game that's like on Roblox, you'll see like Counterblocks Xbox. It's like they introduced that after Counterblocks. So Counterblocks came out and people were like, oh, that's cool. And then they play it on their computer. And they're like, hey, if you're on Xbox, you can play it also. Banana tree. I harvested it just barely in time. Oh no, it just turned winter. I've given you corn seeds. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about the gambling totem. It's fine, but so what you can do if you have Java melons with a gambling totem is you can make a pretty neat thing. Now, what is said thing? It's a thingy, you know. Also, another way of making steel is you could. I mean, when you're making steel, because after you have made a steel warhammer, there's really no reason to make steel ever again, unless you're sacrificing it. Oh, back to gambling term. So you can do something that's pretty clever. If you have Java melons, right? I found this out. I mean, there might have been someone else who found this out before me, but they haven't published its findings. So, if you have a Java melon, you can put it in the gambling totem's mouth, and it'll actually like automatically push out the ore. So if you put an altar, on it. If you put an altar underneath it, it'll actually push it out, and then it will fall straight into the lava. So really, if it falls straight into the lava, all you actually need to do is if it already falls into the lava, all that leaves you with is having to actually press the totem. Maybe like, okay, but this is kind of a flawed strategy because, you know, what about thirst? What about hunger? Now, I did the math. It takes about 30-ish seconds for your hunger to go down 1, and it takes about 30 seconds for your thirst to go down 1. Meaning that if you do, that's actually really rare. This mushroom seed is pretty darn rare. Because, I mean, you can only get it from a gift box or if you're playing Alpaca Land. So, that makes it pretty rare. And, yeah, so as you can see, I actually got a diamond, which is why the gambling totem is really good, because it only spawns in deserts. There's no, like, grass variant of it. You know, it's only in deserts, but, so, yeah, so, just get this Java melon real quick. Dangerous. Hold on, let me just chop these. You'll see that eventually you will have a lot to do. No, my gods. Also, one thing that's pretty cool is palm trees never decay since they don't produce, like, since they don't produce something unless you harvest them, which would be a coconut. You know, they'll actually never decay. And they're the fastest growing tree. Now, obviously, bamboo is technically a tree for some reason, but every crop in this game is considered a tree for some reason. Just, you know, if you hit F on a corn husk, it will harvest it and then So getting it in can be pretty hard at first, but you'll see that it actually pushes out the back. So that only gives it one option to shove it to. That's out through the front. And if it goes to the front, then it falls into the altar. But even if it doesn't go through the front, you can place the altar in such a way that it covers both the back and the front. Now, a gambling totem will pretty much be a lost cause, because you won't actually be able to gain anything from it unless you hit F and then hit E like a second later. As you can see, we actually got a mushroom. Really doesn't do anything. Kind of just eat it if you want to. I mean, it's not really a good sacrifice. And the odds of, like, harvesting it and getting a seed from it are pretty low also. So we do have these apple tree seeds, so we're actually going to plant some. Just so we're making a tiny bit of food. Not that much, but still a tiny bit. So my guess would be that we've gone about 25-ish seasons. No. Yeah, 18 seasons. I was gonna say 25, wait, no, 20-ish seasons. So I'll try and show you. Also, we'll keep track of the time. We popped it at 46-ish. So we'll try to get it, what would it be? 26-ish. So, I'm not singing because I'm bored. 26. Here, try it at 25, yeah. So it's a 20-second cooldown. Which is, I mean, pretty weird. You know, 20-second cooldown. And, for those of you who don't know what this is, it's a water pool that actually dies out after a couple seasons. And it will grow big trees. And I don't know if you've been living under a rock, but big trees are important to us because if you couldn't figure it out already, big trees are important to us because they give us large logs, and large logs are, you know, pretty, I mean, any type of log is pretty scarce in the desert. But everything else you can still get a lot of. As long as you have one large log, which, as long as you have one large log, which is, these things will spawn. They'll have one small tree over here, and they'll have one large tree over here. So, the odds of you getting a large log are, like, I mean, pretty high. What is this apple? Like, did anyone else see that? Also, you can wait a tiny bit, until harvesting the apple tree. And that way you'll actually get more apples, that way. Because it'll produce 2 bunches. Once it's summer, it'll produce more. Or, you know, you could harvest it instantly, but that's kind of lame. I'm not, like, sick or anything, just, I don't know why my body's, like, my body wants to go round and round. So, I mean, I haven't eaten anything today. But it's probably because everything my family is trying to give me to eat is, like, I mean, they try to give me donuts. And donuts aren't very nutritious for you. I mean, then again, McDonald's isn't that nutritious for you either. It's actually You know, but they're both unhealthy. You know, I'd say McDonald's is probably healthier. I mean, you know, it has like eggs, cheese. You know, like a sausage McMuffin, and it has like eggs, cheese, sausage, and it's, I mean, a biscuit. You know, so. Anyways, my temptation to listen to music right now is pretty high, but I can't because this video will literally get taken down, and I'll have to like cut out this whole clip. And what's the point of, you know, recording if the whole clip gets cut out? I mean, come on. You know, that's what the whole 50 seasons is about. So, thirsty and so we have a lot of water. This is the reason we needed a lot of water in the first place. So we do have red mushrooms growing, and it could actually be an area for growing apple tree seeds, believe it or not, because those are some of the best areas for growing apple tree seeds. Now, it doesn't like buff them or anything, but it's pretty good. So we're gonna unlock Mask of the Lumberjack soon if we keep on chopping down apple tree seeds. Apple tree seed. No, apple trees. It'd just be apple tree. My brain is going. I'm gonna go out in public and be like, oh yeah, look at that apple tree seed. I'm like, huh? Apple tree seed? You're like, oh, I mean, apple tree. Yeah, so. I'm not gonna do anything for a while. I'm gonna try and demonstrate again how it automatically pushes out the ore. You know. So you can see that's kind of slanted. When you put it in, you gotta kind of like put it into the side. Yeah, so you see it's poking out through like the back. And I don't really want to like say anything bad. I think I said damn, but that's not really bad. I mean, if I like fully swear, then that's, I don't want to like fully swear. I don't want to drop like the F-bomb or anything. Will Smith drops an F-bomb. Wasn't that, wait, Chris Rock slapped, yeah. Chris Rock. Wait, no. Who slapped Will Smith? Oh no. Did Will Smith slap Chris Rock, or did Chris Rock slap? I think it was Chris Rock, right? Well, because I remember there was a KFC meme where it was, our new spicy chicken sandwich, it's harder than... Well, I remember seeing Will Smith, but I think it was Chris Rock hit Will Smith. It hits harder than Chris Rock hit Will Smith. Also, if you only sacrifice an adequate amount, the seasons are still going to stay the exact same, and eventually you're just going to lose because the gods will get angry and just destroy the world. And I actually do it, I don't remember how fast, but I'm pretty sure it's like, if you don't sacrifice anything in one season, I'm pretty sure the gods just delete your world on hardcore mode. So you'll see that the mushroom doesn't really sacrifice for much. It's like... one more billion. Probably be better having a campfire up here. I mean, see, that's the point I was trying to reach, is that it does get boring when you're like just walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And if you do get glitched, so if you're holding an item, don't try and like pull out your stored item, because then it'll get glitched and you won't be able to drop it, or you won't be able to pick up anything. Unless, the only way to patch it, or, you know, fix it is, number one, you could wait multiple seasons and have like a friend sacrifice stuff. You know, that's number one. Number two is so put on the halo. So first of all, you'd have to put on the halo, and then you'd have to go over to the wardrobe and then reset, and then select the survivor mask after you reset. So you reset, then you select the survivor mask, and then you would revive yourself. So you just click on your own grave, because it doesn't take any seeds to revive you. The gods kind of just like forgive you, you know. How have you died like 80 times? I don't know, man. Let's see if I can demonstrate yet how the farm works. Nope. 1 more billion. I'll trade you 2 Morbiuses for 3 Ronald McDonald's. Deal. So we don't have any more apples. Oh, that is a spider. You know what? Let's fight it. Now, the worst thing that could happen is you dying. But odds are you won't die. Odds are you'll die to getting bored than actually dying. I mean, if you're playing like if you're playing like a challenge run where it's like you can't use any form of like weapon or something, then yeah, you might. Full torch. So we have built a pull torch, which I mean, we could, you know, do 100 seasons this time, but I am pretty hungry, as of right now. And normally, I think I've said this before. Oh no, I said this to my father once. I only ever eat if I'm like actually like hungry. Otherwise I eat because I'm just like, may as well. I don't think apple pie heals. Nope, never mind. I forgot it heals exactly 40 HP. I literally forgot. Let's see if I can demonstrate it. Yeah, so it pushed the ruby like straight out. And then if you put an altar there, it'll push whatever ore just came out straight into the altar and I'll sacrifice it. So each tick is 30 seconds. So let's just say you lose 1 hunger at the same time that you lose 1 thirst. It's actually more like 28 seconds-ish, but somewhere around there. Also, there is a saturation level, so it's not always going to be like that. you know, will be somewhat off sometimes. But, what'll happen is, if you AFK for a while, and when I say a while, I mean, like, a while, eventually you won't get an ore. Or, you know, maybe you'll go several seasons without getting an ore and it won't sacrifice anything. Or maybe you'll only get, like, one ore and that's just not a good sacrifice for the gods. After multiple seasons, eventually you will get an ore. Because, I mean, your luck can't be that bad. Which, I mean, eventually, if you hit it 10,000 times, the odds of you not getting an ore 10 times in a row are still pretty high. I mean, because, you know, you hit it 10,000 times. Anyway. Now, it's like, if I only ever hit it 10 times and I didn't get an ore, then that's unlucky. But if I hit it 10,000 times and, you know, didn't get a... Or no, I didn't get a... If I hit it 10,000 times and I didn't get an ore 1,000 times, that means I still have about a 90% ratio. Now, obviously, the ratio will definitely not be that high. It will be a lot lower. Unless you actually are pretty lucky. The ratio will be more like 7,000 or 3,000. You know, depending on the ore. I mean, because we're at 85%. Radius normal, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so, and maybe, like, you'll run out of hunger, you'll run out of thirst. Each tick is about 30 seconds, and you'll take about 8 damage, I think it was, per tick. It was something like, I think it was 12, actually. I think it was, like, 12 for both. I don't know. It might have been 12 and 8. Okay, let's just say you take 20 damage per tick. Which is, you know, each tick that you don't have thirst, you don't have hunger. Each tick that you don't have thirst, you don't have hunger, that'd be 20 HP. So, if you had 20,000 HP, which is really easy to get with glitches if you have, you know, scorpions, then you could last for a while. However, you could also get thirst potions using glitches. And hunger potions using glitches. So you'll never really take damage in the first place. But as soon as you would actually start taking damage, you can come back. And guess what? There's a mass production glitch for the mill. So, I mean, you could just come back and instantly, you know, just be entirely saturated. And when you have all of these wells, I mean, it'll take, what, a few seasons to get back to where you were? And then you can just go on an AFK farm again. Now, the longer the season, the better. But if the season's too long, then it's not good. Because you want the season to be like... It would work pretty well if it was 240. Because you could hit it... Well, it takes 20 seconds, and then 12. Well, 20 times, I already know that 10 times 12 is 120, so I'm just making sure that it... Yeah, because you have the 0, so you could hit it 12 times per season if it's 240 seconds. And if you have a ratio of getting about 70% as ores, or even 10% as ores, that means 1 out of every 10 times you hit it, you'll get an ore. So, even if you have a 10% chance of getting an ore, the odds that you'll get one are pretty much above average. They're like, logically, theoretically, you should get an ore. So, I mean, if we're gonna go into statistics here, it's just way better to, why am I walking like this? There's really nothing to do. That's probably why. 24. So we're half the way there. Anyways. Basically, if you were to AFK farm, you would have a chance of getting an ore. Now, you'd have to come back, obviously, like, every 10, 20 minutes to actually eat and drink something. But, I mean, the fact that you could even be gone for 10 to 20 minutes doing absolutely nothing is pretty astounding. Now, eventually, 10 to 20 minutes really isn't anything. Once the seasons start taking, like, 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes, the 10 minutes is literally... Once the seasons start taking 300 seconds, you know, if you have to come back every 10 minutes, and that's, you know, 2 seasons. But, I mean, the fact that you could skip 2 seasons is... If there was a button that said skip 2 seasons after you'd gone to, like, the 200 season mark, hell yeah, man, do it. It's just, like... Or, like, if there was an option to, like, skip break, which I don't know why they would even introduce an option to skip break. I mean, they're not going to introduce anything, odds are, because, you know, after all, the game has been, I mean, this game has seen its finality, also. I already mentioned it, but anyways, I'm going to go back to Lumber Tycoon 2. It's kind of like, there's a lot of hackers, or, sorry, not hackers, there's a lot of, cheaters in Lumber Tycoon 2. Well, the owner decided to go to war. And, I mean, he literally went in their face and declared war on them. He, like, actually announced, like, in his... well, I don't think he has a Discord server, but I know there's, like, a fan-made server or something. I don't know where, but he did announce somewhere that he was going to war with, this one server that pretty much just made exploits for a living. That's what their income came from. I mean, they also had, like, their own programs, and they, you know, they used, like, link for ties and stuff to make money, which was, if they had extra, they just kept it, which was, I mean, pretty good deal, considering you're not really paying anything, and if you want to donate, it's entirely optional. You know, it's pretty good, but, anyways, the whole point of the story is, he declared war, and he started patching, like, a ton of stuff. And he, like, introduced ban waves. He started banning cheaters. He really went, like, all out just to protect his game. And I wish, you know, because occasionally they're like, oh, I might patch this, or oh, I might fix this, because it was like, well, you know, I mean, the game's over at this point. And, you know, so, anyways, he came back, and he didn't really add anything new. There's some candy cane acts that apparently no one, like, knew what it was for. He still hasn't announced what it's for, so people were hoping that when he came back that he would announce it, but he still hasn't announced anything. Because you don't know what the candy cane axe is. It does no damage to trees. People have been trying to figure out what it does for years, and they still can't find out. So, yeah, it's kind of just insane that, you know, we've been looking for years and still can't find anything. And I mean, there's not really any people still trying to find it, because at this point it's pretty much a closed case. But still, I find it crazy that we can't find anything. And, well, he hasn't announced anything, sadly, about the candy cane axe. But I find it nice that he went back. And what I'm pretty much getting at here is, it's nice that he went back and fixed his game, but, anyone who is, like, suspected of duping, or suspected of duping money, gets banned permanently. And there's no way to appeal. and slots are getting wiped. You know, if they didn't really know you were cheating, but they knew you had, like, duped items, then they'd wipe your slots. So, a lot of slots have been wiped because people received, like, duped items from others. And yeah, all that other stuff, man. It was kind of just a hassle. So, random items, please give me something good. Swamp tree seed. It's actually, you know, not rare, but like decently rare. Oh yeah, so I just find it kind of cool how he actually went back and like defended his game. And I do need something to talk about also. So yeah, I mean, I've been recording for an hour, so. And I am hungry, and I have a 90-second rest period, so I'm probably gonna go find something to eat. So I will be right back. Alright. Just got back. I don't have anything to eat, because sponsored by my cupboard, we have nothing good. And when I say nothing good, I'm not just being like that picky child who's like, oh, I don't like Cheez-Its, I don't like chips. No, it's like, we actually, like, we only have canned stuff, and I can't make canned stuff while in the middle of a game, and I refuse to re-record this video. Because, I mean, one thing I've learned is that if you're in the middle of a test, like, if you're in the middle of a math test and you don't know a problem, one thing I've learned is that instead of doing another problem and going back to it, just keep on trying that problem. Because if you don't understand it, because if you're not practicing it, then you're never going to understand it. So you might know the other problems, you know, and it is, if you want a better score, you should do that. However, if you're staring at it for 5 minutes straight, you've already wasted 5 minutes on that. If you wasted 5 minutes, then may as well keep on trying to solve it. Now it's like, kind of like entry point. You're doing the daily challenge. I have a 300 streak. It's like I've already wasted 300 days of my life, you know, dedicating what sometimes is 5 minutes, sometimes is like 40-ish minutes. I don't think I've ever spent longer than like an hour on a daily challenge. Unless it was like a really dumb cache challenge. I remember once there was some cache challenge that was like super hard, And you either got cachet or you got auction. It was like no disguise, no knockouts, something else. It was bad. Yeah, so I kind of just have to sit here and talk, because if I don't talk, I mean, I remember I've done streams before, like, I remember once I was very new to Twitch on a console, at least, because, you know, normally I use Mixer, but, they actually took down Mixer, which was, kind of sucked, because there was, like, a controller, like, you could controller share option, and, man, people would always click on your streams. It was so funny. You could turn it on, and you'd get, like, 6 views instantly, and then you'd turn it off, and then people would be like, well, I can't controller share, but I might as well keep watching. So what I would do was I would turn controller share on follower only, so people would see that it was controller share, and they'd see that it was, like, Fortnite or whatever, back when I, like, actually played Fortnite, because I don't play it anymore. Last time I played was, like, last time I played was in Season 4, I think. I started in, like, Season 1. I think I started, like, a month after it came out. And then I quit playing after, like, the crater hit, like, the depot. Because, I'd always get, like, double pumped and stuff, and God. It's just, it got annoying, and they didn't really introduce anything new. Why am I throwing logs into here? I don't know. I'm gonna go kill a spider right now, though. Watch me record all of this just to realize that, like, my mic audio is too loud. Oh, Max Hunter. Thank you, gods. Holy. I didn't realize the season just changed. I'm dumb. Your brain is on vacation if you don't know about precipitation. Also, if you're gonna sacrifice string, make sure you turn it into a bow first. Because if you turn it into a fishing rod, it won't let you sacrifice it. I don't know why. The game just does not let you. It's kind of like coconut.jpg. No one really knows what it is in TF2, but, like, the game just won't run without it. It's like, you can't sacrifice a fishing rod, and no one really knows what it is, but it kind of just happens still. It's like Valentine's Day. It's like, well, we all kiss each other, and no one really knows why we kiss each other, because, let's be real, they always teach, like, how different country, and, like, elementary school, they taught us how, like, other countries celebrated Christmas and stuff. I remember someone was like, oh, I'm gonna do China, because that's my home country, and then I was like, China does not celebrate Christmas. It was something like that. So then they got it really easy. They just wrote, China does not celebrate Christmas, however. I think it was like most of China does not celebrate Christmas, however. Some decorations don't already. And then we had to do one where it was like, but we've never done that for Halloween. Oh, I mean, sorry. We've never done that for, Valentine's Day. Did I say Thanksgiving originally? I don't know. Valentine's Day. We kind of just, like, kiss everyone. We don't really know why, but we do. Anyways. So back to what I was saying. They've never taught us about, like, where Valentine's Day came from. And I think, no, so Thanksgiving came from the Pilgrims. Valentine's Day, I've never been taught where it came from. They never taught us it. So, I have more job notes. I don't know why I'm not making max thirst potions. Anyway, it's pretty weird how they never taught us where Valentine's Day came from. And obviously, I mean, like, if you ask someone out on Valentine's Day, the odds that they'll say yes are pretty high. But I mean, the odds that someone actually asks someone out on Valentine's Day are also pretty high. So good luck, man. Ruby. Rubies are pretty useful. I mean, you can make plot makers, you can make altars, we got more maxers, let's go. You can make plot makers, you can make altars, you can sacrifice them for a pretty high amount. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so I've never been taught where Valentine's Day came from. And there's no real reason why. But also, so back to when, like, someone did Christmas and they're like, oh, they don't really celebrate Christmas in China. That's pretty much all their report was. They're like, however, some decoration used. However, it was like, what were the festivities? And, like, they're like, they don't really have any festivities. They kind of just decorate. And they're like, okay, what were the decorations? And they're like, oh, a Christmas tree and, you know, a star. And that was about it. Yeah, and that was literally their whole report. And I mean, they still got an A because the teacher was like, I don't believe it. There probably could have been something else. And what was that noise? What? Please tell me someone else heard that noise. I'm gonna review the recording because I heard like a beep noise. It was so weird. Oh, we got a diamond. Nice. Yeah. So, they also did that for Halloween though. Where it was like, what we did for Christmas, we also did it for Halloween. And, I go, oh, I know. I'm gonna do Japan. And now I don't want to, like, stretch my ego here, but I was an abnormally smart child. And I already knew that Japan didn't do anything for Halloween. Like, literally no one celebrated Halloween. It was funny. So I was like, ooh, I know, I'll do Japan. And the teacher was like, okay, well, if it's a well-known country, then you can indeed do it. They're like, if it's a well-known country, then... I remember some kid wanted to do, like, Cambodia. And they were like, why are you doing Cambodia? And then someone else wanted to do, like... Someone wanted to do Argentina, and they said no, but then they asked if they could do Peru, and they were like, sure. It's like, huh? What? Yeah, but anyways, yeah, it's really fun being smart, and still being able to do whatever you want, cause the way your brain works is, it's an instrument, okay? And when I say instrument, I don't mean a guitar. Let's not get goofy over here, okay? When I say instrument, I don't mean guitar. I thought I just ate a cactus seed. I was like, huh? When I say it's an instrument, I mean it's like, it's pretty obvious. It's a tool, you know? Your brain is a tool. It's better than, now, obviously you need your heart also, but it can be better than your heart, I mean. Kind of like, my brain says no, but my heart says yes. Kind of like that. I don't really know much about love, though. I'd say something, but I'm probably gonna show someone this video. I'm, I mean, if I can scroll through this entire hour, 20 minutes without them getting bored. An entire hour and 20 minutes of what? I mean, technically I'm not 13, but I have like the maturity of a 13-year-old. I mean, I'm smarter than the average 13-year-old, so I kind of just consider myself 13. I know it's gonna sound like a major excuse, but please believe me, man. It's not. Man, I'm desperate. God, and I hate when everyone's like, look, I know this is gonna sound, okay, no, this isn't gonna sound offensive unless you're like, unless you get offended really easily. So you might just want to like skip, ooh, a diamond. I want to skip forward like a few 5 minutes. If anyone, first of all, if anyone's watching us in the first place, and if you get offended easily, alright, there's a giraffe. I forgot about that entirely. Spawned like right after the spider, and when I got the spider like instantly, and I forgot the giraffe was there. If you get offended, you might want to either click off or just like skip a few minutes. Because I'm just gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be talking about how like people get way too offended, which I mean, I don't know how you would get offended at that. But some people are softer than others. That's, you know, some people are a lot softer than others. And when I say a lot softer, I mean, like, they can't handle, like, slight jabs, you know. Now, some things, obviously, like, people get way too angry at. It's like, I remember once someone set up a meet and greet. So it was a Nigerian lady set up a meet and greet for her fans, and absolutely no one showed up. And they go, oh my god, this is so racist. It was like, because I was thinking the same thing as everyone in the comments. I was just thinking, how is this racist? And now I'm going to say something else that's kind of offensive. If you are a liberal. So, if you're a liberal, it's like, oh, mascot lumberjack, let's go. Some people are liberals, and they are not the smartest people. Because I remember I watched a video, and it was like, liberals were like, they were like, so why is it unfair to black people? And I'm like, well, because they can't really get an ID, and I mean, they don't really know about it, and they're like, and you have to have an internet to get an ID, implying that, like, none of them had internet. And I just find it funny how you're trying to be rude to your own race. You were saying that white people are killing the country, but you're white. And you're right. It's specifically you that's killing the country. Not anyone else. It's you that's killing the country. Because you are invoking the idea of racism. Now, sure, there are some people that are racist. You know, certain people that look like big, scary ghosts with their white robes on. I'm not going to say any names. Because if YouTube sees this, I will get my account terminated. But some big scary people that look like ghosts in their white robes are, you know, actually making the world a worse place, because it's, you know, they're saying it's white supremacy, which there shouldn't be any racial supremacy, you know. I feel like the fact that you are sorting people, like, kind of like college. When you apply for college, there is a higher admission fee for certain races. And they're like, well, if your admission, not admission fee, chance. So they'll look at the admission chance and they'll be like, okay. So they'll be like, so less white people, or they'll be like, so less black people get accepted into Harvard. Look, I'm sorry if that's offensive, but it is just a skin tone, so don't get mad at me. Less black people get accepted into Harvard, so we're going to quit accepting whites and accept more blacks. It's like, that's pretty much, and people have like actually been talking about that idea, and I find that entirely unfair, because this is gonna sound semi-racist, but it's like, it's not a racial thing. It doesn't involve race. It's just those people, you know, more of a certain kind have just learned more. It's a coincidence that more of that kind have learned more. Next year, there might be more Asians than white people that get admitted. Next year, there might be, you know, more black than white people that get admitted. You know, in 10 years, there might be more... In 10 years, there might be more Indians that get accepted. Like, by 70% than white people. You know? And that's perfectly fine, because that's how the world works, you know? It's just a coincidence that more people happen to apply that year. So I find it dumb that people are saying, I want equal rights, and I want people to be able to put... I want to put an equal amount of people. And it's like, no. It's like, you can't just reject someone because of their race, okay? And that's what children have learned. We're teaching children that no matter what... Oh, that's lucky, I got a diamond. We're teaching children that no matter what, no one is different than you in any way, because the way they look, the way they speak, the way they, you know, the way they talk, the way they act, the way they, like, physically are, you know, if they're missing a few fingers, they're missing a few fingers. You know, I remember I was friends with one girl who didn't have an entire arm. And she moved away to Colorado, and I think it was like first grade or something. I don't know. I was friends with someone, and they didn't have an arm. And we were still friends, because that's what they teach kids. They teach kids that no matter how someone looks, or sounds, or talks, or speaks, they're the exact same as you. There's nothing different except for what makes you, you. Now, what does make you into you? I don't know. Maybe you were born with red eyes, you know. It's just... Maybe you were born with red eyes. Maybe you were born with purple eyes, you know. It's actually a very rare thing to be born with red or purple eyes, and most of the time it's like, I mean, being born with terminally bloodshot eyes, and yes, that's I don't think terminally is the word to describe it, but like, because it's not like an illness that will result in death, but it's like terminally bloodshot, so like it's gonna be there for, you know, decent amount, so yeah. It's not just like, when I say terminally bloodshot, I don't mean it'll kill you, but like, bloodshot eyes are where your eyes just have like the blood vessels puff up more, so they react differently, and like the blood just gets sent through more, I guess. I don't know how that really works. And I know that some people are born as what would be called albino, and well, it's albinoism, albinoism, I don't know, where basically your eyes are red. And there's a even more rare variant of it, where your eyes are actually, they have so much melanin, and you were born with albinoism, to the point where they're actually, instead of red, they're purple. And purple eyes must be pretty cool. I mean, imagine going to school and they're like, oh my god, your eyes are so beautiful. I mean, if I knew a girl with purple eyes, I'd probably just look at them and be like, oh, okay. I mean, then again, beauty doesn't really mean anything. I mean, now beauty can relate to how someone treats themselves, or, you know, how smart someone is, but I mean, let's be real, some people just aren't in that good of a financial situation. And there was literally a show, it's actually called that. It's called You're Not Ugly, You're Just Broke. It originally aired in Taiwan, where they got pretty bad looking people. Just search up You're Not Ugly, You're Broke. You'll see how bad they looked. And they did, like, thousands of dollars worth of plastic surgery, and they made them look perfectly normal. They made them look like a model out of a shoujo manga. Oh, sorry, did I say a novel out of a shoujo? What? They make them look like someone from a novel, or they make them look like someone from a shoujo manga, or they make them look like someone from a fairy tale. The list doesn't end, okay? They made them look great. Yeah, but they made him look like someone entirely different, and that just goes to prove that, like, the financial situation that you're in kind of depends on your beauty. And I mean, it's not really kind of, it's more of it does. It pretty much does. I mean, if I did thousands of dollars of plastic surgery on my face, I'd look a lot better, because, I mean, I have, like, pimples and stuff, and, you know, pimples don't, I mean, because I am a teenager. Well, no, not a teenager, a preteen. But I haven't seen anyone else get pimples, which is kind of making me infuriated. That's probably because everyone else takes care of their face, like, every day or so, like, every other day or something. Because I don't know how you could actually, like, keep your face looking that well for, like, that long. Yeah, but anyways. It's a pretty crazy thing. What was I doing? I don't know. I was talking about, like, racial stuff. It's just commentary, though, so it's fine. It's not like it's not like I'm saying anything racist, so it's fine. I'm just mentioning that. Yeah, but I really do feel like people are just way too soft this generation. Cause Gen Z, I am tired of Gen Z, and keep in mind, I am Gen Z. 2022 is the only generation where people have hated their own generation. Now, I'm not going to say anything, but some people are doing some pretty bad stuff. I mean, they're, you know, it's not like some people get way too offended at certain things, you know, it's like someone said, yeah, so someone said, there should be a new, there should be a new class, of, like, crime for murdering, like, certain racial groups, and it's like, why? It's like, and they said, oh, well, if a white person murders a black person, then it should be called, they should be in prison for racial discrimination. It's like, okay, so if I'm a black person and I kill a white person, does that apply to me? Apparently not, according to them, because they got really offended when I asked that question. They're like, well, yeah, so I'm not trying to be racist, you know. I know someone, if people do actually see this, they're gonna be like, actually, you could have said African American, but it's like, it's just easier to say black. I mean, I don't call myself an American. I just call myself white, because the fact remains that I am very white. I mean, you could look at me and you'd be like, oh my god, are you out of Germany? It's like, blue eyes, blonde hair, white. And yes, I know. And no, I don't drink alcohol. And yes, we do not drink alcohol. I was gonna say and yes, but then, and yes, no, was what I was gonna say. But then, and yes, no, just sounds bad, so I was gonna say and no, but then I said and yes, and then I said wait, no, and then I decided to reenact that situation out loud instead of in my head. That's what I like doing about commentary. I kind of just say whatever I want, and it just works. I'm kind of just like, oh yeah, commentary. That's what I like about commentary. I kind of just speak my mind. What's on your mind? Neutron. How is my name even supposed to be? Because originally it was supposed to be pronounced neutron. But now I'd kind of just say it as neutron, because everyone else says it as neutron. So it's like Pokimane. It's spelt like Pokimane, but it was supposed to be pronounced Pokemon. Like poke, so P-O-K, pock, and then I can make the E sound sometimes, it's the English E, and then mon, like, kind of like man, but saying it in like an African accent, so like mon. It's just really weird, I don't know. Alright. Anyways, but drink this. I'm gonna have to look at that. Mm. What even is this? It's ale, but not ale. It's like, okay, make ale and then take out the alcohol. That's exactly what it is. That's what it is. Here, if we look at this. Yeah, carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, and less than 2% of ginger extract. Natural flavors, citric acid, sodium benzoate, preservative, caramel color, produced under the authority of Dr. Pepper /7 Up Inc. 53C1. Legacy Drive, Plano, Texas 75024. Trademarked and copyright 2019 Dr. Pepper 7-Up Inc. Please recycle. Don't worry, I did not leak my location. I don't live in Texas. Even if I did, I have a VPN on, so. I mean, then again, I did just say it, but I don't live in Texas, so it's fine. God, where I live literally depends on what my parents want to live. Or, sorry, where my parents want to live. They're like, oh yeah, you want to go live in Colorado? Sure. Want to go live in California? Sure. Want to go live in Florida? Sure. Want to go live in Hawaii? Sure. They're too rich, man. I don't want to be like a spoiled brat and be like, I don't appreciate the vacations, but man, it's tough because I have to bring like my laptop on every single one of them, and then I don't have a mouse, so I have to just beat it with the trackpad. Another diamond, let's go. Just realized I've been doing this for the past, I've been doing this for the past 10 minutes, just continuously ranting about random racial topics. I mean, not racial topics, but topics that are about racial conflicts and stuff. Speaking of racial conflicts, if you put Clash of Clans in English and then you put it into translate into Chinese, and then you translate the result of what it gives you back into English, it does not say Clash of... I mean, technically, it's a synonym. Technically, it is a synonym of it, but it's it's just why you don't use, why you don't use translate, okay? Just don't use translate, because if you use translate, then, if you're writing something that's something I find really dumb about Google Translate is you'll put in a word and it'll tell you how to say the word and it'll give you synonyms for it, but that's not actually how it works. Because if I go up to someone in Germany and I say the German word for hi, I'd like to make a withdrawal, Google Translate also says that the same word for withdrawal means rob. So, for some reason, they thought it'd be a good idea to teach people in Germany, if you go up to a bank, you'd say, hi, I'd like to make a robbery. Like that, yeah, because that doesn't sound horrible. Hi, yes, I would like to rob you of all the money in my deposit box. In your deposit box? Yeah. Kind of like that one guy who was, in the store. And, he was, someone named This Is a Robbery subscribed, and he goes, hi, this is a robbery. Gotta transport. I would say translate. God, let's not translate this. No, you know what? I'm gonna manually translate the subtitle. As soon as I get... Okay, if I get 10k subscribers, I'll do a 12-hour stream. Only if I get 1,000 subscribers, though. Which, I mean, a 12-hour stream really isn't that long. But for some people it is, because, I mean, that's how long school lasts for some people. I know in Taiwan, school lasts for, 11 hours or something. It's crazy. If you're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep, and you go to school for 11 hours, you have 4 hours of free time, and what are you gonna do with those 4 hours? Well, one of those hours is probably going to be spent getting ready for school, and another one of those hours is probably going to be spent eating dinner. Now, if it's 11 hours, let's just say there's somewhere with 12 hours. That means you have 2 hours to do whatever you want. Yep, a full 2 hours, guys. We are giving our people a full 2 hours of freedom. Just look, I know. But some people work, like, I remember my dad used to do, like, 16-hour shifts. Because I'd be like, oh, hey, Dad. And then he'd be like, hi, son, I'm going to go to bed. And I'd be like, okay. That's what night shifts will do to you, man. Which I don't really have a problem with that, but still. This tastes pretty good. $16.9 fluid ounce. 190 calories per. Oh, it's caffeine free. It's caffeine free. Oh god. If it's caffeine free, I mean, normally if I'm like actually hungry and I don't have food, I'll just drink water because it's a very good substitute for hunger. But like after I go long enough without eating, water no longer is a substitute. It's just like it quits working, you know, after I go like a while. Mainly happens during night because that's when I'm most active. I mean, most of the time I wake up at PM, and PM is considered night. I mean, like, it's actually considered afternoon. I think 6 and anything past that is considered night. Now that's when it's like, what was it, dawn before dusk, or like, so I think that's dusk, right? That's considered dusk. And then anything after like 8 is considered night. I've always hated when people are like, it's super late, go to bed. It's like, actually, it's super early. Actually, it's 4 a.m. It's not that late at all. I don't know what you're talking about. It's only 4 hours to stay. There's a full 24. Yeah, but anyways, I like making people angry in general, but like in a playful. I won't go up to someone and be like, your hair looks bad, and then just walk away and refuse to elaborate. I won't just like go up to someone and be like, you're ugly, and then like just walk away entirely. I'll make people angry, but like in a playful way. So if it's someone I know and like they do something that's like dumb, I'll be like, and I'm stupid. And I mean, sometimes I feel like if you call me stupid, then you're probably a few grades higher than me. Because I don't think I've ever been called stupid by someone. I've never been called attractive by anyone. I've also never been called stupid by anyone, so yeah. Take that, Bill Nye. Is Bill Nye declared deceased, or I'm pretty sure he's still alive, right? How many seasons is it? 39. We have pretty much another... So it's pretty much another 11 season. It's pretty much another 11, but we have to do 12, so that way we can say we survived 50 seasons. Because when we're on... It displays what season you're on, I'm pretty sure. Or no. Huh. No, it displays how many seasons you've survived. Or does it... I don't know if it displays... No, because it can say you survived 0 seasons, right? So I think it actually does display how many... I don't know. We're going to go to 51, though, just to be sure. Because I don't know if it shows you the season that you're on. Or the season that you've survived for. Or the seasons that you have survived. Because it shows you which season you're on, then it's always an exact amount. But if it shows you how many seasons you've survived, then it's... So the season you're on would be 1 added to that total. So it'd be... If I survived 50 seasons, then the way we'd find out how many seasons I'm on would be 50 plus 1. So I'd be 51, which is why I assume I have to go to 51 seasons, but I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, pretty good progress considering, considering we haven't done any glitches. Pretty dang good progress. Also, we're saying dang just because I don't want to make people infuriated. I use that word too much, but then again, it's like, I swear, I played Doki Doki Literature Club, right? And, I have, like, several hundred hours on that game, but on an alt account, because I don't want anyone to know that I have several hundred hours on that game. Which is why I'm kind of hoping that no one watches this long, but I'm kind of hoping that people do watch this long, because average view duration is everything. But, yeah, so... Oh, yeah. So, I have several hundred hours in that game. And they use the word bittersweet way too much. Like, when I say way too much, I mean, like, an over-excessive amount. Like, it was bad. They used it a lot. So I promised that I would get angry every time I heard someone say that word. And whenever I say something that's like bittersweet, then like something that's like kind of some word that I associate with it. You know, not like, because it kind of like sounds like the exact opposite of what it would sound like. I mean, bittersweet, what would that be? Well, it wouldn't be something with like a stressed syllable, because buh. So, probably like a soft, and then So it'd be but it probably wouldn't be a vowel. So it'd probably have to be something like burr. Yeah, BR. So it'd probably be broken. Probably something like broken, because bitter. Oh, well, bitter. Bro. I don't know. Croak, maybe? Bitter, sweet, and croak. I mean, there's no association I can make with that. If you said guess the word and you told me bittersweet, I would not guess croak. It's a synonym of bittersweet. Croak. Man, I had some weird dream. I thought I accidentally hit the enter key for a second, because sometimes I, like, move my hand up, and I'll accidentally hit keys. And I think only ever once have I actually accidentally hit the enter key. My brain, I keep on wanting to hit the enter key now. My brain is, like, manufactured to do exactly the opposite of what I told it to do. Apple. Hey guys, it's me, Flying Gorilla, from my new game on the App Store, Flying Gorilla. It's a pretty fun game, you should check it out. We do get a bit quirky. The animatronics here do get a bit quirky at nighttime. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, man. I think someone's pulling a pranker doodle on you. You know, like... Okay. It's so annoying when they teach kids, like, instead of saying, oh, I cut myself, they say, oh, no, you don't say that. You say you got an owie. So you will grow up to be in, like, 6th, 7th, you know, and you'll be like, well, what's an actual word for this thing that we call an owie? Because, let's be real, owie, just, why would you call it an owie? It's like calling flashcards, which, I mean, there's really nothing else to call them besides note cards or study cards or something. Note cards, probably. Sounds the most formal. But what's wrong with flashcards, eh? There's nothing wrong with calling them flashcards. Yeah, so. If you ever do play Mount of the Gods and you do, like, long seasons, I do recommend that you play with a friend, just so you can talk to them. Because, really, that's the main battle. It's kind of like, you know when you talk and no one responds? That's kind of what it feels like when you're playing with yourself. Oh, a diamond. Because you're not really talking, you're kind of just speaking in your head. That's why I always speak whenever I'm doing anything in general. Just like, ooh, speak. But when I'm recording and doing commentary, I have an actual excuse to speak. You know, so like... Is that a sapphire? Whatever. Still a sapphire, I mean. Yeah, so we've gone for 2-ish hours. You know when your voice cracks, like, horribly? That's what just happened. I mean, that only happens to teenagers. Well, I don't really think I am a teenager. Am I, or am I a preteen? I don't know, man. Kids have all sorts of identifications for them. Why can't I just call you a kid? Because I'm not a child anymore. So, I mean, it's really only an insult to call someone a child if they're, like, a full-grown person. So I'm a child at heart, and I'll accept that. Because whenever I'm... like, on my own... Now, I can't do it right now, because, first of all, I'm, like, actually awake. Kind of like when you first wake up, you know, you're tired, but then you're like, oh, wait, no, I'm awake. Okay, I'm not tired. So, yeah, but, so you kind of just, like, learn That, like, when you first wake up, it's kind of just like, oh my god, a bed. And to be fair, I did stay in bed for several hours before getting out. But we don't talk about that, man. Yeah, so kind of like we have to learn stuff. Anyways, if you call me a child, I don't care, because I act like a child with, like, people. They say, like, if you want people to actually love you, you can't really be the real you. But I call that total unfactualness, because saying total cap sounds very bad. I call that total unfactualityness, because it's like, if you call me a child, I don't care, because I literally act like okay, look, I always talk, when I'm very tired, when I, like, first wake up, I will talk about green beans excessively. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what my obsession with green beans is, because I don't even like how they taste. I just like talking about them, and now I want to eat, like, green beans. But man, it's like, I've seen fried green beans, dude. I love green beans, man. And the thing is, I don't even know how they're engineered. Like, I know nothing about green beans, but I excessively talk about them to, like, an extent where, like, people get annoyed about it. Like, how did I get another diamond from this one? So I don't know what that was supposed to be. They kind of just, like, I think they put that there and they were gonna make it something, and then they were just like, game's dead, whatever. Whatevs. Best friends forever, me and my girls, we stick together. Isn't it we stick together, me and my girls, best friends forever? I don't know. I remember there's some, like, super old, like, Lego Barbie show on Netflix. I watched, like, Iron Man, I watched Ninjago, I watched everything that was Lego, because I was one of those children. I just drink more of this caffeine-free, but it's 200 calories. Let's see if I can play, like, out of the recording. I'm looking at, like, so my second monitor has the recording open, so I can, like, see what I'm doing on the recording. And it, like, I'm trying to see if I can play out of it. It's just way easier to play on my first monitor. But, like, I don't know. We probably want to spray it with, like, compressed air or something. And I do know that we have compressed air, because we used it on my keyboard once. You know, we got that fresh change of keycaps. If I get 10 likes on this video, I will show... If I get 10 likes on this video, I will make a post that's literally just me. It's Tower of... I might do Tower of Hell, considering on how I'm doing, but Tower of Misery is just a lot easier, so I might just do that instead. I mean, Tower of Misery is literally just the mobile version of Tower of Hell. But, anyways. So, I might do that. But, if I get 10 likes on this video, I will complete a Tower of Misery tower and show my keyboard, like the hand cam. And you can see... I'd have to, like, actually get a camera for that, though. Which is why I'd probably just use my phone as a camera and then, like, tape it. like tape it to my desk or something. Yeah, but we gotta get 10 likes on this video, and I mean, that'll never happen, right? Right? I mean, once I made the... Once I made a how-to video, and it got... In 2 days, it got 100,000 views and, like, thousands of likes. So if I make a how-to video, then I might be balling. I mean... If you make a video on how to do, like, a certain glitch, or, like, how to do a certain mission on a game, then, you know, you'll get a lot of attention from that. Yeah, I gotta cut the corn cob! Oh, it's fine. I overreacted. Oh, I just become swagger souls. Anyways, yeah, so... Yeah, so I can, like, do this voice, and it sounds, I mean, it sounds perfectly normal to me, but it kind of just happens randomly. If I, like, flex my throat enough, it happens. How have I gotten 3 diamonds in a row out of this? Yeah, but let's go back to my normal voice. Anyways, I like my normal voice more, so it's just better. So, I love how I've been focused so much on talking that I've entirely forgot. See, it's the, what is this? Ginger ale. It's ale without ale. Just imagine it being ale without the alcohol. It's just ale but not ale. I read the label earlier, so you would know this. You search it up, the same thing is used in ale, more or less. But okay, so anyways, enough ranting about random stuff. Actually, no, we're gonna keep ranting about random stuff. I find it funny how, like, how normal, nonchalant people are. Like, well, because I'd consider myself pretty nonchalant. Because it's funny. So someone mentioned to me, they go, dude, my grade dropped by 10%. And I go, damn, man, that sucks. And they, like, stared at me as if I was, like, being a jerk. And I was like, why is that glare on your face? And they're like, did you just say, oh man, that sucks? Now, the thing was, I didn't know if they were getting, okay, I finally didn't get a diamond from that, which, I mean, I'm kind of sad about, but still. You know, it's like when you get 10 diamonds in a row, it's like, okay, could I not get a diamond now? We actually have a pretty big you know what would be funny? Let's just go deforest the entire thing. Let's just go deforest the entire thing. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Also, can we appreciate how high my thirst bar is compared to my hunger bar? So I mean, I think it's a higher chance to actually get your thirst bar raised by the gods than your hunger bar raised, but still. It's funny how much larger it is. How is this coal not despawned yet? I mean, look, I know most items are already in bins, but, like, still. How's it... Did that really just happen? Just another cave. Seems like a lot of caves here. And when I find out, you're gonna be busted. Despacito. I know someone's gonna be like, why are you singing in that accent? That's kind of racist, man. Now, personally, if I were you, I wouldn't let that slide. Have you seen that? I think it was like Kevin Hart or something. It was like his daughter was like, hey, can I have a cookie? And he goes, sure. And his wife said, don't give her a cookie. And she went like, but I thought you were the man of the house, Dad. Which, I mean, that is pretty clever. I think I did something like that once. My voice is cracking horribly. I think I did something like that once, though. Like, I actually... My brain just collapsed. Okay. Like, I know what I was talking about, but... So, I actually did something like that once, though, because... So... This is a cactus fruit, though. Yum. Okay, but... So, I actually did something like that once, because So, I got in trouble, and I said, hey... I said, hey, Dad, can I have a bagel? And he goes, sure. So, this was back when I, like, didn't know how to make food. And my mom was like, no, don't make him a bagel. He can make it himself. And I go, Dad, are you gonna let her boss you around? Because I won't let that slide. Because I won't let that slide if I were you. Like, I did that, like, several years before it was a thing. Mr. Man, I'm a very irresponsible child, you know. I find it hard to take care of myself. Also, I love how I'll spend hours playing this game and I'll not get bored. And then I'll play DLC for like a few minutes and I'll be like, Well, because what I'll do is I'll put on music. Because, I mean, I'm never going to record DDLC unless, I mean, 1 million subscriber special, please? I mean, I'm never going to have 1 million subs. Maybe in a few years, maybe. You know, of people who actually... If that one person who liked the video sees this and they're like, yeah, man, I will totally keep watching this pretty much 13-year-old. I mean, I've still got a few months. And yes, if you couldn't tell, I am unfortunately 12. So I don't have anything that's like Discord because I'm underage. I don't have any of that. It's pretty easy. You'll tell someone that you're 13 and they'll be like, you're 10, shut up, squeaker. 12 is the age that most people default to. If they get mad at you, they'll be like, shut up, you're like 12. It's like, actually, I am 12. Just kind of funny, because... And then they'll be like, shut up, I didn't ask, kid. It's like, okay. You know, I know you didn't ask. I was just declaring something. But, you know, because I didn't ask you either. But it's fine. Ooh. No. Alright. 44.999999. A lot more nines. And then 64%. Why such a... I mean, look, I know the game is trying its best to... I know that if you do, like... If you go on Python and you do, like, 3 times 2, it says syntax. Or no, if you do, like, 3 times 2, it gives you, like, 4 or something. And then the guy was like, that's weird. And he tried it on, like, C++ and it did the exact same thing. He did something that was, like, dumb. Scrum diddly dumptious. Also, I love when you play Mount of the Gods and you have, like... One of my favorite things is having shops. Or, like, having temples. Or having one. In any game in general, I love setting up shops. Because shops are just super funny. I mean, what's super funny? Is my brain okay? Shops are super fun to operate. Because you will harvest a ton of one resource in mass. And then when someone needs that resource, you'll get paid a lot for it. Now, don't charge too much, obviously. It's like... I remember someone made a Minecraft shop. It was a Skyblock world, right? It was a limited item. The item originally costed 10,000 coins. So it's like, okay, you know, maybe resell it for a tiny bit more because it is limited. I mean, you know. But no, they decided to sell it for 1 million coins a piece. Look, I know it's a limited item, but it originally costed 10k. Look, you want to make it 30k, you want to make it 40k, I understand. It's a limited item. You know, it's going to come back on sale next year, but I understand. It is a limited item. But, like, you're quadrupling its price. I mean, the reason it was so good was because you could buy it for 10k, and then you could make 20k in a day. You know, it's like that's, well, not 20k extra in a day. You know, it's like, I could buy it for 10k and then make more than I was spending, pretty much. But when I was spending 40k, it's going to take a lot longer. I don't know, obviously the numbers were just examples, you know, it's like... I mean... See, one thing I really hate about when you play Skyblock, like, on a normal world with people, is they'll try, like... When you make a normal world, where it's normal Skyblock, and it's modded, though... People will be like, oh, can I have a water bucket? And they'll, like, jump off the island and be like, haha, I escaped. And they'll be like, okay, now teleport me back up there. It's like, okay, are we going to keep playing Skyblock? Or are we, yeah. And then they'll be like, I'm going to go to the nether. It's like, it's Skyblock. You can't go to the nether. And they're like, no, I'm going to go to the nether and get some stuff. I remember he didn't know how to build okay, I almost said a bad word. A very bad word. He didn't know how to build a freaking nether portal. He didn't know. So, he tried to go to the nether. And it didn't. He was like, no, I'm gonna go to the nether. And... he tried to, and it didn't work. It just didn't work. He tried to go to the nether, and it just didn't work. And it was so funny, because he was like, what, did you disable the nether? It's like, I didn't, and he's like, you're lying, give me up. And I go, okay, you can have op. And he tried to, like, spawn stuff in and thought I wouldn't notice. I had command block output on. I had show commands set to true. He put himself in game mode C, and I saw it. And I put him back in game mode survival, and I go, bro! And I go, what? And he goes, why'd you put me in survival? And I go, why were you in creative in the first place? And he tried to play dumb. He goes, oh, you didn't know? That's where you view the world settings at. I was like, bro, I'm viewing the world settings. It's like, you don't need to be in creative. I've been experimenting with commands on Minecraft Bedrock for years. I've made numerous worlds. I've made numerous, you know... Now, the one thing I can't really get the hang of is selling for an exact amount and then having the scoreboard, like, because you can do, like, sell 16, and as long as you have one, it will only take away one, but it'll give you the price as if you were selling 16. So I figured, oh, you know, that's okay. I'll just make it so you individually sell it. And so I said, okay, that's fine. I'll just make it so you individually sell it. Well, people didn't like that because they had to manually put their item in. And it would take time, you know, they'd have to click a lever back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So, what I did was, I made an auto sell option where it would, so I made a sell option where basically you would put, so you'd go over to this one lever and you'd flick it, and it would, like, start fast selling. So it would slash clear for one. So it would slash clear for one. And then when it slash cleared one, over and over and over and over and over and over and over. But it was set to automatic. So it would keep on clearing. And we're almost at 50 seasons. You'll know because it's hardcore mode and I'll get the mask. 47 seasons. Just to show you that I haven't played the game before. Just show you this is I mean, already you saw at the very beginning that I had no masks or anything, so. I mean, it's 47 seasons and we only have 46 chunks of land. That's why you gotta sacrifice. That's why you have to sacrifice the necessary amount each time, because land is the most important thing. Resources you'll get infinite of eventually. Land is another thing. Despacito. Yeet. Ta-da. Yeah, but, what was I talking about? I know it was something to do with, like, Skyblock and stuff. But then I think I switched topics. I don't remember. I remember I was talking about Doki Doki Literature Club. My brain can really take, like, a toll sometimes. Also, for some reason, look, I'm smarter than the average 6th grader, but that means, like, everyone assumes that I'm insanely smart, so. So they think I know everything. So, they will ask me a question. And it was super funny. Because a girl goes, there's no way he knows how to spell this. And he goes, okay, if you spell this right, I'll give you $5. And then she said the most iconic word. I'm literally, I use it every day. I say it every day. I think of it every day. She said anti-disestablishmentarianism. And I go, oh, does this girl know what she's in for? So I go, oh, that's easy. And I spell it right. And she's like, hold on, spell it again. And I go, here, I'll just type it on the keyboard. And I'm a really fast typer, so I typed it in like 3 seconds. And she goes, "How do you do that?" And I go, "I guess I'm just that smart." And she goes, "Okay, another word." She does one of the most iconic words that almost everyone knows. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So, I spell it again. And I spell it correctly on the keyboard in what took like 7 seconds? 5 seconds-ish, something around that. You know, it really isn't that hard. I'd type it in chat, but I'm way too scared of hitting enter. You know, right before the 50 seasons. So... yeah, I mean, you can't just end it off on season, what, 47? You gotta end it off on season 50. We'll see, because if I haven't done any seasons before this, then if I survive exactly 50, it'll give me the mask. I mean, 50 seasons a day, it takes what? We're at 2 hours and pretty much 30 minutes right now. Really doesn't take that long. And I haven't done anything in the background besides, I mean, grab ginger ale. Which, once again, has no ale in it. Well, I mean, it's ale, but with no alcohol. Don't they say, like, alcohol needs to, like, age for... no, that's, like, only whiskey and wine and stuff. Expect Yuri to have a wine bottle that's older than she is. Yuri doing Yuri things. The Neutron doing Neutron things. Neutron. Yeah, so originally I intended for it to be Neutron. But everyone says it is Neutron. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to call it. Oh. Hold on, I got a call from my mother. Be right back. Alright, my mother doing mother things, you know. Being concerned about my insane addiction to this computer. Look, man. Look, I have no life outside of this. I mean, I have friends, but that's besides the point, okay? Everyone has friends. Unless you're, like, really pathetic, then you don't have friends. But that's, like, bottom line pathetic. So, like, you don't have friends, you can't make friends. Dude, making friends is easy. It just has to be someone that's of the same gender as you. Otherwise, they'll be like, "Oh, you're flirting with me." Remember once I talked to a girl and she started blushing and was like, I know I don't look good or anything, so I don't know why the fuck you're blushing. And they're like, "Oh, okay." Now, obviously, I didn't say that, because if I said that to a girl, I'd get fucking murdered. I'd get flamed. Oh, yeah, but my mother just being concerned. But thankfully, we are at the 50th season mark, pretty much. So we will be able to end the video in a tiny bit which will be, yeah, in about 3-ish minutes. We'll be, oh no, please don't go into spring, man. If it goes into spring, I'm gonna get bored. Because then it's gonna give me my break, and then I'm gonna have to 120, that's gonna be 360, it's gonna be 6 minutes, oh god. Just no, just please don't be spring. But yeah, as soon as I get the mask of, I don't know what it's the mask, I think it's like the mask of tragedy. No, the mask of tragedy is 100, and then the champion mask is 150. I don't know, I'm surprised this stuff still hasn't despawned yet, because I know I really don't have much of anything on the floor, but like, you still think it'd despawn, right? Anyway. Yeah, so. Literally just my mother doing mother things. And I know she's concerned. Like any good mother should be, but come on, man. I'm with the boys. I'm actually by myself, because, I'm not with the boys. Raise the max thirst of all subjects. Subjects. Oh my, okay. I like clicked off for a second and I thought it was gonna... I clicked off for a second and it scared me because I thought I was gonna mess up the recording after 2 hours. I don't know like how I would have messed it up, but like if I closed Roblox on accident, okay. So this is pretty much GG. We have to wait 3 minutes. And after 3 minutes, we pretty much just win. Anyways, if you're wondering what my mother called me about, she called me and said, do something with your life. And then she told me to shower and then do something with my life again. And then she hung up. Yeah, and I mean, that's an obvious concern. Look, man. Yeah, but I don't understand why. Okay, can we just talk real quick about how, okay, well, it's not gonna be, can we? It's gonna be, you're gonna listen to me if you're even still watching this. I mean, it's pretty much over at this point. So yeah, but 2 hours. So it takes about 2 hours for 50 seasons, but then, so 2 hours 30 minutes. Yeah, so it takes about 2 hours and 30 minutes, 35-ish minutes for 50 seasons. But then it's 2 hours and 35-ish minutes for 50 seasons. But then it takes, God, 8 hours for 100. Which, I mean, it's believable if the numbers are accurate. So yeah, you will see that I will, in a few seconds, be getting the mask of... Where is it? It's not this, yeah, this is 100. This is, so I'm gonna get this, which has survived 50 seasons. And then I'm gonna get the Ornate Rabbit. So I'll get two different, I'll get the Survivor Mask and the Ornate Rabbit. Just to show that I actually have survived 50 seasons. And I mean, obviously I have this full recording too. So. On... Oh, hold on, I gotta mute my mic real quick. Someone's going up, but... this is pretty much the end of the video, so... not see you, but kind of see you. Alright, yeah, so we got both these. That's a screenshot. Yeah, so this is 50 seasons. I just checked what day it is. It is Wednesday. So it's Thursday tomorrow. So we'll probably do 100 seasons on Friday. Anyways, yeah, this is the end of the video, I guess. So, see you later, boys. God, that outro sounded very gay. Okay, seriously though, goodbye.